It's been a while since I made a video like this, and a lot has happened since. For example, my friend Nathan and I, we're actually in the process of launching our very own tea set business together. I don't really know much about tea. Nathan is much more of a fan of tea and tea sets than I am. I'm just there to help him create content around the business, which is much more of my strength. Nathan's been really nice. He's been inviting me over for some tea, showing me the whole tea pouring process and tea tasting, as well as like giving me some snacks. I've been eating a lot of his snacks, which I have to replace when I'm over at his next. Another huge update is that I wrapped up my time at a startup that I've been working with since I graduated high school. My friends and I at the startup, we held a little end of era party, and we brought together everyone who has worked in the business throughout the years. And this whole thing was just very heartwarming to see these people, my friends who haven't seen in years, and to just celebrate everything we've achieved over the years together. I also got the amazing opportunity to film and share with my friends a celebration video. This video captured everything that we achieved over the years. And the idea for this video was to kind of flip through the chapters within this organization. And I actually printed out this little book from Canva with photos of everything that we've done throughout the years, just moments, snippets of our time together. And I think that was a great way to not only to capture, I guess, a chapter of our lives, but also to signal that, I guess, it's the end of this chapter and a new chapter is beginning for all of us, which I was really proud to come up with and to film and to share with my friends. Apart from this, I've been trying to make more content, with a highlight being that I actually helped my cousin create a short for a brand. As someone who likes to use notebooks to jot down ideas, thoughts, and work towards my goals, I want to share with you guys my notebook by Worthy Note. So like many of you, I sometimes find it overwhelming to focus my goals when there's just a million things fighting for our attention. And I think this is where Worthy Note really does well. So spread throughout the notebook are activities that encourages the practice of mindfulness. And how I describe these activities is like giving yourself a mental break from the constant multitasking and just allowing yourself to just be without the constant worries of the past or the future. And it was such an interesting experience. My very first time working with a brand. And so yeah, it was interesting. I didn't really have much contact. I just sent them the reel, didn't hear anything, and then I just saw it on TikTok. It's such an interesting experience. I thought that was so interesting, weird, but also kind of rewarding in a sense to see my work out there that I created for my very first brand. Indirectly. I'm also quite proud of this short that I made the other day, featuring my very first pair of New Balance shoes. I never made a video like this before and was kind of self-conscious about, I guess, doing like a fit check. I'm not the most like fashionable person and would much rather someone else more stylish do this, but I feel like with things like this you can't wait for the right moment or to find the perfect person to create this with. I feel like that kind of thinking has kind of held me back for years. And so I'm kind of proud that I just did the thing that I wanted to do, despite not being comfortable enough with, I guess, my style, my fashion. But I made it. I like how it turned out. The idea itself came from this little promo video I saw from the YouTuber Kelly Wasaka. But that was so cool and so fun. And I wanted to do something similar, but to show off the New Balance shoes in different outfits, just to show just how versatile the shoes can be. So something that I've been working on and want to get done before the year is over is to film my very first spec ad for New Balance. So I've been watching a few of their ads on Instagram and I love just how creative they are. And I kind of want to film my own. And I think this would not only be a great way to gain experience, but also to use that as like a portfolio piece to reach out to more brands with. So to plan out this spec ad, I've been using Milanote. And what I love about Milanote so much is just the templates that they have, especially the pre-production template. As someone who's never done this before, that was kind of life-changing. Not life-changing, but it definitely helped. And so to have that template there to just kind of break down the whole process for me just made my life so much easier. I think with like most things, there's always like a lack of clarity when you're starting out. And so with this whole process so far, I went through like multiple iterations of this spec ad. The initial idea was to just show off just how versatile these shoes were. And so I had this idea of shooting 3 different scenes with 3 different like shoes and like different outfits and scenarios. I wanted one scene with a runner with running shoes. The second scene, I wanted someone to be more casual streetwear, just grabbing coffee or catching up with a friend. And the last scene was a bit more ambitious. It was like to have like a post-wedding kind of photo shoot kind of thing. And so after the wedding, the bride and groom slip on these shoes, New Balance shoes, and still look great in their, I guess, wedding attire while they're at like a mums and pops store having dinner or something like that. I thought that was really cute. In the end, the conclusion I came to was that maybe 1, this might be too overwhelming. I might be biting off more than I can chew. And secondly, it might be a bit hard to fit everything into like a 30-second spec ad. I'd still love to film those scenes. I actually saw this ad from New Balance called Grey Days. And what I love about this ad, and kind of solves my problem here, is that leading up to this release date of these shoes, they actually released like these little shorts or small ads leading up to the release date. And on the release date, they actually combined all these ads into a longer video. And so I think I'll be doing the same. I think this way it's less overwhelming and more manageable. I'll be taking these baby steps in this kind of project. Talking about baby steps, I actually named my spec ad First Steps Towards Greatness. And the idea came from their mission statement, which was to champion those who fearlessly pursue their passions. And so I wanted this spec ad to revolve around creatives who came together to create something that they care about, despite their lack of experience, because they have this burning desire to do it anyways. And so I just jotted down in dot points in terms of where I thought the story could go. I then turned those dot points into a storyboard. I then added in like reference photos and even like videos that I've seen or spec ads that I'm inspired by and I want to draw from. Pretty much everything, yeah, to be as intentional as possible, because I do value my friends' time and my time. And I don't want there to be a point where I'm just wandering around or just standing there and thinking about what is it that I'm gonna do next. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I've done to date so far. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see you guys when I do more.